Welcome to the Crypto Breakdown Show, your ultimate guide through the fast-paced world of digital assets. Every episode, we cut through the noise to bring you the latest market moves, key trends, and headline stories shaping the future of crypto. Just a quick heads up, this isn't financial advice. We're here to share insights and updates to help you stay informed and ahead of the curve in this rapidly evolving space. All right, enough talk. Let's dive into what's moving the markets today. Tonight, we're diving into information that could change the crypto world as we know it, a quiet storm brewing behind the scenes of Washington and Wall Street. While prices flash green and red on our screens, a far bigger game is unfolding, one that could decide how crypto and traditional finance finally collide. From Ripple and Circle to Coinbase and Crypto.com, the biggest names in digital finance are no longer just chasing market share. They're chasing legitimacy, regulation, and a seat at the same table as America's oldest banks. It all started earlier this year, when these four giants filed applications with the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, seeking national trust bank charters. For those outside the industry, it might sound like bureaucratic paperwork, but make no mistake, this is a seismic move. A national trust bank charter would allow these companies to offer federally regulated custody and staking services, primarily to institutional clients, consolidating oversight under a single federal framework instead of the patchwork of state-by-state regulations they face today. Circle filed first, back on June 30th, 2025, followed by Ripple on July 2nd. Coinbase joined in on October 3rd, and Crypto.com finalized their filing on October 24th. Yet, as of late October, the OCC is still reviewing these applications. The stakes are enormous. Approval could finally bring major U.S. institutional players into crypto without the fear of regulatory backlash, while rejection, or even delays, could stall adoption and sow uncertainty across markets. Meanwhile, trade groups like the American Bankers Association are urging caution, warning that these new entrants could disrupt traditional banking in unpredictable ways. But it isn't just regulatory battles shaping the landscape. Across the globe, events and technical upgrades are poised to test the resilience of digital assets. The London Blockchain Conference, which wrapped up on October 23rd, brought together regulators, institutions, and policymakers from across Europe. Panels featured heavy hitters, HSBC, Deutsche Bank, Google, and the FCA, discussing everything from tokenized assets to real-world asset frameworks. Positive signals from these discussions could lead to meaningful inflows into Bitcoin and Ethereum, potentially lifting prices by 5 to 10%. Analysts are watching particularly for commentary on stablecoins, CBDCs, and AI integration with blockchain, which could set the tone for institutional adoption in 2026. The following week, October 25th, is shaping up as one of the most volatile days in the crypto calendar. On the one hand, Plasma is unlocking roughly 6.84% of its circulating supply, nearly 89 million tokens. History suggests that token unlocks of this magnitude can put short-term pressure on prices, often dragging mid-cap assets down 5 to 15% as new sellable tokens hit the market. Yet, on the same day, Flux is undergoing its 9.0.0 hard fork, a major network upgrade introducing critical scalability and efficiency improvements. Successful protocol upgrades often bolster investor confidence and can lift altcoins 10 to 20%. Traders will need to balance the short-term selling pressure from Plasma with the potential upside of Flux's technical improvements, a delicate act that could define the market's trajectory for the week. As markets digest these technical events, Dubai prepares for the 15th edition of the Blockchain Life Forum on October 28th to 29th. Known as the world's largest crypto and mining event, this forum draws more than 12,000 attendees from over 130 countries. The agenda is ambitious, covering Web3 innovation, DeFi expansion, NFT adoption, and enterprise blockchain deployments. Historically, Blockchain Life has sparked sector-wide pumps of 10 to 30% thanks to high-profile partnerships and intense media coverage. Investors will be watching announcements closely, not just for hype, but for the tangible signals about where blockchain technology is headed and which projects are attracting serious attention from founders and executives. Europe's biggest Bitcoin-focused gathering is also coming later in October in Amsterdam. The event promises keynotes from leading developers and industry figures, with a sharp focus on adoption, policy, and technical developments. Following recent ETF momentum, analysts are already speculating that a breakout announcement could push BTC higher by $5,000 or more. With thousands of attendees, the event is set to provide a crucial pulse check on Europe's crypto appetite and could further influence global sentiment going into the final months of 2025. On the macroeconomic side, the Federal Reserve is expected to announce a 25 basis point rate cut on October 29. Historically, rate cuts tend to increase liquidity and risk appetite, which can be a tailwind for high-risk assets, including cryptocurrencies. Lower interest rates often coincide with positive short-term moves in Bitcoin and Ethereum, particularly when technical or institutional catalysts are simultaneously in play. Looking ahead, the Ethereum Fusaka hard fork scheduled for December 3 represents a major milestone for the second-largest blockchain. Building on the Denkin upgrade, Fusaka is designed to increase blob throughput, making Layer 2 transactions faster and cheaper. Early projections suggest a successful upgrade could boost DeFi total value locked by 20% and propel Ethereum toward the $5,000 mark. Fusaka isn't just another upgrade. It lays the foundation for Ethereum's future scalability and wider adoption of Layer 2 solutions. Just days later, Abu Dhabi will host the Bitcoin conference on December 8 to 9, drawing thought leaders, policymakers, and institutional investors with a focus on sovereign adoption and BTC reserves. The stakes here are high. Past events of similar magnitude, such as the 2024 Nashville Summit, have sparked FOMO-driven rallies of 50% or more. With high media coverage and policymakers in attendance, even minor announcements about Treasury-level Bitcoin acquisitions could reverberate across global markets. Beyond 2025, 2026 promises an equally packed calendar. March brings the SEC's final decision on 91 crypto ETF applications, potentially opening the doors for altcoins like Solana and XRP to enter mainstream investment portfolios. In April, UK crypto ETNs in tax-free accounts could expand institutional demand via pensions and ISAs. Mid-July, the US House will host Crypto Week, where legislation on market structure and CBDCs could shape the next era of regulatory oversight. The combined weight of these events, technical upgrades, conferences, institutional filings, macroeconomic policy, and regulatory signals, creates a landscape where volatility and opportunity coexist. Short-term swings may be sharp, with token unlocks and protocol updates creating localized dips, while conference buzz and macro tailwinds provide offsets. Yet, the broader trend is unmistakable. Crypto is moving from the fringes to the mainstream, from speculative playground to an arena where major banks, regulators, and institutional investors all have a seat at the table. For those paying attention, the message is clear. The quiet storm behind the scenes of Washington and Wall Street is real. Those who understand the interplay of regulation, protocol upgrades, and macro forces, and who position themselves strategically, may be the ones to ride the next wave of crypto's evolution. Just a note, the crypto world is vast, fast-moving, and sometimes a little unpredictable, and we might not have every tiny detail perfectly nailed down. Our goal is simple: to make sense of the chaos, to highlight the stories, the players, and the ideas that shape this incredible ecosystem. Think of this as your guide, your map, and your companion through the currents of crypto. We might not have all the answers, but we aim to help you see the tides, understand the players, and navigate with a little more confidence. And yes, AI lent a hand along the way, helping tell the story, but the adventure itself is still yours to explore. That's a wrap for this edition of the Crypto Breakdown Show. Whether the market's pumping, dumping, or just drifting sideways, our mission remains the same: to help you navigate it all with clarity and confidence. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's crypto curious. We love welcoming new listeners to the community. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, no matter where the charts take us, stay grounded, stay informed, and stay crypto smart. Until next time.